Supposed Gloves here, and this is the 13th video in the Kontakt from the ground up tutorial series. And now we're going to edit the samples that we got. So there should be a download on the site with both the edited and unedited samples so that you can do maybe whatever you want to do with the samples. So just so you know, if you're going to ask me, can I use these samples and distribute them? You may distribute them freely and give me some credit, man. At least link it back to my website or something. So we have flute vibrato and flute straight tone. Not that these samples are like something amazing. I recorded them pretty quick, as you could tell. They're little short bursts because we're just making an example instrument. And the vibrato will be really interesting to work with. But I'll take you through some of the process I do to prep the samples before we even drop them into Kontakt. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to solo this guy. And we're going to put him in a mixer track. And if you are an FL Studio owner, I have a How to Make Your First Song in FL Studios tutorial playlist. Go check that out if you're a little lost. But we're going to go to New Tone. And this is really nice because we want our samples to be spot on the keyboard. Otherwise, when we start playing chords and stuff, our flute's going to start sounding real weird. Unless we're doing some weird atmospheric flute. You can tell that I'm not the best flute player either because I get louder as I go up in pitch. So that's not exactly ideal either. Hopefully I was close enough to get to the correct pitch. So New Tone is a sample editing program. I really hope Edison didn't freeze up on me. And its job is to edit samples. And I'm just going to show you the straight tone portion. But as you can see, we go up every note one by one by one by one by one. And all I'm going to do with this, because right now it's left everything alone, I'm just going to center it. And it will just put everything on the exact pitch. That's all I want to do. And I'm going to drag that out. So bang, here's our new tone sample. I want to keep our samples dry, so I'm not going to do anything really beyond that. Now, when we drag our samples in, we're not actually going to start it at the start of the note. We're going to set up a loop so that it loops through our note. And so we don't need to really worry too much in this scenario how the notes sound when they start. So so what you want to do at this point is make sure you've got it real close to the beginning of the note. And that sounds fine right there. And that sounds fine too. So we're going to I kind of want to keep the ending. That could or could not be useful. And we're going to, and you know what, we'll keep a little bit at the beginning too. So what you can do now is you go to Make Unique as Sample. And you can save it to a folder. We're going to save it to the desktop. I already have one called Flute Samples. But you could put EQ and stuff on here and do all sorts of stuff right now. But we're going to do it all in the instrument so that we have more stuff to work with, as opposed to giving ourselves kind of shorting ourselves of what we could do in Kontakt. That way we can keep it uniform across all our samples, and we don't do any moves that we can't undo really without a lot of work. So we're going to name this one Flute. Oh, it's important that we figure out what note we're on too. So this is a flute, and this is, I believe it's on the first note, which if we look at our thing, we know it's, because I'm playing flute, and flute's written, by the way, this also could get tricky if you don't know about transposition, but flute's written in the key of C. So a C is a C on the flute. But if you're like playing a clarinet, a B flat is a C on the flute. But we're playing a B flat right now. So I did from B flat to B flat. So our keyboard piano players are going to be like, what the crap? But that's because they don't play the flute and they don't know. So when you're playing flute, B flat scale is a scale you learn. I mean, C is nice too, but B flat's the scale. I believe I went up to B flat to C. I don't know. I did something weird here. But anyways, let's save the sample now. And it's important what we name it. So we'll go Make Unique as Sample. And we'll go to the desktop, Flute Samples. And we're going to name it Flute _ C. And this, it's important that, this is a B flat. B flat, that's the flat sign, and it's a B flat 5, as we can tell right here. That's important. So B flat, and then we're going to put another _ 5. And then we hit save. and we're done. And now we do that for every single sample, and we do that for all our vibratos, and we need to do the overtone, the new tone thing for our vibrato too. And then we'll be ready to start working in Kontakt. So that's a bit about post-production. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Maybe moves that you like to do. Maybe you like to apply compression here or whatever. Again, I like to save that kind of stuff for in Kontakt. That way we can undo it easily if we so desire. Check out my website, composergloves.com, and have a blessed day.